Hello everyone, it's good to see you once again. Tonight I am going to make one of my favorites. I call them my party potatoes. Some people refer to them as hash brown potatoes. I made meatloaf the other week, and these are a good potato to go along with meatloaf. Another potato that some people prefer to do would be the little microwavable cups. But not everybody likes these. I love these actually. But tonight we're going to have a better potato than this. Just you wait and see. Very easy, only a few ingredients. You're going to need some sharp cheddar. You can buy it shredded, or if you want to shred your own, usually it works out better price-wise if you get your own chunk of cheese and shred it at the house. But they had a good deal on these at Giant Eagle. Shredded hash brown potatoes. You can also use the little diced hash browns, but I prefer the shredded. Up to you, definitely Ore-Ida. That's the best brand out there. Some light sour cream, whatever brand you like. A little bit of salt. Cream of chicken soup. Don't get light cream of chicken or low sodium cream of chicken. Get the one that says Campbell's Great for Cooking. 1 can of this. I'm going to dice up about half a cup of onions. 2, what in the world are these called? 2 sticks of butter. Let me see, and some cornflakes. And I think that's all we're going to need for tonight. So let's get started. I hope everybody's been doing well. I hope you've had a great week. I hope life has been kind to you and no problems. But I guess we all have problems from time to time. It's how we look at our problems. Is it something we grow from and learn from, or is it something that keeps us down? One thing that doesn't keep us down is food. I'm going to butter the bottom of this pan. This is one of those Pampered Chefs. Yep, the Pampered Chef, it's one of their stoneware. I love these. The potatoes just seem to come out nicer in that. I'm not sure why. And I'm going to make a full batch of potatoes tonight because guess what? Doug and I can't eat a whole 9 by 13. But Lindsay, our daughter who lives right up over the hill, she loves these potatoes. So she'll benefit from me making these this evening. Okay, that's greased up, ready to go. So we're going to put our hash browns. I'm going to bang these, break these up a little bit. That way you don't have one big chunk coming out. And I'm just going to put them right there. I'm going to put a stick of butter here on the stove, melt a stick of butter. Because once I put these shredded potatoes in, I'm going to put a stick of melted butter around. My hands now are going to be greasy that I won't be able to tear the top of that. Now the scissors will be greasy from the butter. Yes, you see it right here. Me and my perfect kitchen. Here I am fingering the food again. We're going to put this in the pan. I'm going to have to break it up a little bit. As you see, there's a few big chunks here. We don't want them to be frozen. They break up fairly easily. Let's see. That one's pretty frozen, but it's coming. Okay, and just spread it out evenly through the pan. Voila. And you want to get a 30 to 32 ounce bag. Let's see here. It calls for a 2 pound, which of course is 32 ounces. This is a 30 ounce bag. Close enough, close enough. I'm not going to buy another bag to get 2 more ounces. The butter should be just about melted, and I'll pour that on top. So in the meantime, while that's melting, let's mix up this here. We're going to do 1 can of cream of chicken soup. Very good stuff. 1 16 ounce. It calls for 1 pint, which is 16 ounces. I'm gonna mix that together, and I'm gonna mix the onions in there. So we'll scoop this out. And always double check your dates on sour cream, because you can't slide on that kind of stuff. Even I don't slide on that. Let's see what the date is. Yep, November. We're good. November 2nd. Can of soup I've had up there for a while, but I see that it's still good till October 9th of next year. Open that up. One of these handy dandy ones that you just pull the lid off. Don't even, whoops, the butter, I hear it. Scoop out the cream of chicken soup. Once again, we don't want light, no low sodium crap. You want the regular one that says great for cooking. And the size on that is probably a 10.5 ounce. Mix that around a little bit. I'm going to call for half a cup of onions, chopped. I have a chopper, but I'm just going to dice them up here with a knife just as quick, rather than having to get the chopper out and go clean it. Okay, remember to always put the lids back in the can so nobody gets their fingers cut when they take out the trash. Okay, and I'm going to melt this. It calls for margarine. I'm using Land O'Lakes. So we'll put this, I just kind of go over it in like rows. Do a little bit at a time so you don't get too much in one area versus another. I'm not sure if I can see that or not. Should I move that? That makes it good. I'm going to have to melt another stick of butter for the corn flakes. So I'll just go ahead and melt that right now, because there's going to be a cornflake topping. So we'll put that back in there. This is such an easy recipe. I got this out of the Company 31 cookbook, Bedford Fire Department number 1, 1996 edition. So I have had that here in my house for a few years, and I've probably been making these hash brown potatoes since 1996. So I'm gonna dice up half a cup of onions. Found a big old onion in the fridge. Half my knives aren't that sharp. This just goes to show you that even if you're not a professional in the kitchen, you can make some delicious meals, because I have shown you that you don't need to be organized, that you don't have to have the perfect kitchen utensils, you don't have to know everything there is about cooking, you don't have to have a degree. All you have to do is read a recipe and make it your own. Change it up a little bit. Like if this time you say, hey, I don't want the onions, or say next time I want more onions, or maybe I'd like a little extra cheese on it. That's yours. That's up to you. You do what you want. That's what happens when you make recipes over and over and over again. They gradually become what you like. That's not much, but that's half a cup of onions. I'll scrape up the rest of this stuff here. And I see the butter is melted already. Almost. Well, a little bit more there. Move this out of the way. So I will put that in my mixture here. Calls for 1 teaspoon salt. Put that in there, and sometimes if you don't want to put salt in, if you got high blood pressure or other reasons you can't have salt, don't put it in. Let's see, 1 teaspoon salt and 1 teaspoon pepper. So we'll put that in there, 1 teaspoon salt. Whoops, now the butter is definitely melted. 1 teaspoon pepper. Do I have pepper, folks? Do I have pepper? Yes. Can you see it? Do I have pepper? I do indeed. I'm just about out of pepper, so I'm going to have to put that on my grocery list. Have many of you tried the the curbside pickup grocery shopping? I have yet to do that. You know, I find that sometimes when I walk through the store, I find other things that I forgot I needed. But the curbside would be pretty darn convenient. 1 teaspoon pepper. Make sure that didn't say a full teaspoon. Yes. You'd think after making this for about 26 years, I would know that. I'm going to stir it up. Still need to put the cheese in there yet. Calling for 2 cups of mild cheddar. I got sharp cheddar. There again, it's a cheese preference. Do you like mild? Do you like sharp? That's up to you. I like them both. Sharp just has a little bit more tang to it, but whatever you think. Mix this here. Yeah. Can I get it open? Did I open it good enough? Oh, no. There we go. So this says 4 cups. Depends. I think I need to put just a little bit more. And I know this is a liquid measuring cup and you got to use the ones that are for solids or liquids. I don't care. They're close enough. 2 cups of cheese. Doesn't matter if it's a little under or over. It's all going to be good. And once I mix this up, I just spread it on top of the potatoes. Potatoes that I didn't have to cut or dice. Potatoes that are just frozen already. Already shredded for me. The cheese I chose, a lot of times I'll shred my own cheese, but for here it's just less time consuming, tastes just as good. And I got that good deal. Okay, so here's what we got. Mixture all together. I'm going to spread it out, put little globs here and there. If you like potatoes and you like cheese, you're going to love this. Try to get everything out. And it doesn't make much mess. It's not much to clean up afterwards. Okay. Got that pretty well evenly spread on top. Next, I'm going to crumble up some cornflakes. Now these are Kellogg's cornflakes, but you can use generic cornflakes. You can use the off-brand. It doesn't matter. These are slightly out of date, but they haven't been opened. So I'm going to use them. They're from July. We're in August 2020. If they were open, then they'd probably be stale. But they're good. And it calls for 2 cups of crushed cornflakes. So I'm going to put in about 3 cups here, maybe 4, because crushed cornflakes are not going to take up the same amount of space as just cornflakes. And I will put it in a gallon-sized bag. Try to get out the air, seal it shut, and then just take my handy rolling pin and start crunching. And then I'll remeasure, see if I got 2 cups. But if you put about 4, almost 4 cups in there, you're going to get close to 2 cups crushed. Handy dandy bag. And I might need to put a little bit more in there. The cornflakes really add a nice touch. It gives it a little bit of crunch. Yep, I'm slightly under. I'm gonna have to put more in there. Maybe you'll have to put about 5 or 6 cups in. And if I got a little bit of extra, I'm okay with that. Try this again. Okay, we got 2 cups in there. That was probably about 6 cups. Shrunk down to 2. I'm going to pour my butter in here, mix it with the corn flakes. Stir it up. You want to get butter on all of those corn flakes. You don't want any dry corn flakes because everything is better when it's drenched in butter. Now some of you might not agree, but I love butter. I love peanut butter. I love all kinds of butter. There we go. And what I normally do, and you can do more professional by scooping it out with a spoon, but I'm going to scoop it out with my hands and sprinkle. So I'm just going to use this, sprinkle it around. Oh, gnat is flying around me. There's been fruit in the house, and they seem to appear. Okay, so I got this here. I'm gonna spread it out just a little bit, make it even. Don't want one person to get all the corn flakes and one person not to get any. And I'm gonna put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 1 hour. I'll show you how it turns out then. Okay, it's time to take the potatoes out of the oven. They smell delicious. They also look delicious. So I'm going to scoop out a little bit. Doug's going to try them out for me, even though he has had them many times before, haven't you, dear?
I have.
You have.
They are good.
They are good. They are one of the party favorites. Your brother used to always ask for these. Look at this.
Is that why they call them party potatoes?
Actually, I'm not sure why I call them party potatoes, because it's actually referred to as hash brown potatoes. But I think there's a similar recipe. But let me just see here a minute.
Well, you always have them when you have a party.
I know, and they have been requested many times. So they're going to be scalding hot. Doug?
And you want me to eat them?
Yes, would you please? Doug is going to have leftover meatloaf, an ear of corn on the cob, and some party potatoes. Just show them what they, just pick it up on your fork or spoon, whatever you're going to eat them with. Just show how they...
So you have potatoes.
Yes.
What's on top?
Cheese, chicken soup, cream of chicken soup, cheese, onions, and light sour cream.
They're hot.
They're hot. Don't burn your mouth. Ooh, is that hot?
Pretty darn tasty.
They are tasty, aren't they?
Pretty darn good, yeah.
Yep. So, go ahead, Doug.
Y'all gotta try some.
Yeah. The recipes have been coming in. I've got several people who have given me great recipe ideas, and I'm going to start using some of those. But don't forget to send me your recipes. Easy, simple, but delicious ones. And if I use your recipe on one of my shows here, I will send you a $25 check. Isn't that right, Douglas? Doug loves it when I give money away.
And if you're cooking at your house, I would be more than willing to come there and eat.
Yeah. Have a great night, everyone. I'll see you in a few weeks.